Welcome back to Arc Tutorials. This is Angular step-by-step tutorial for CRUD operations. This is part 9 of the series. So far we have covered introduction, installation, designing the template, generated the component, services, routing. We also started the API integration for view all and read specific data. This is how the application looks so far. We have the mat table that is there. We are getting the data dynamically from the API. We have the pagination in place. We have the sorting in place. We also did the view all right. That was the last episode that we did. We'll refactor it a little bit today to make it more beautiful. As part of this series, I'm trying to cover all the latest features and functionality of Angular 16, including signals and much more. So stay tuned for that. Alright, so today what are we going to do? Today we are going to refactor the code which we wrote in last episode, that is read by ID. Little bit of refactoring there, and then we will work on the delete existing credit card. That's the functionality we will do in this episode. So let's go ahead and start with that. Alright, so I'm going to close all the files that I have open. Let's say don't save. Alright, now we are working first on the view. So if you notice, we had written this code in the last episode. Then the ID that we are passing 3 is stubbed, which means always it will return you the value with ID 3. So we have to make it dynamic. So we can do that easily, because here if you see, we had already gotten that value, right? So one of the ways is to read the value from the, when you click on this view, you see here you're getting the ID through the param, right, from the route. So we can use that to get the ID of the required or the rather the selected one. Okay, and to do that we are going to just use a simple way to get it. We'll use parseInt and get from the router snapshot. So let's go ahead and do that. So what I'm going to do is, first we will use a private. Here I'm going to have one more, and I'm going to say private route, and here we'll import route. Okay, so once you have this, the next thing we'll do is use this and get the ID. So I'm going to say here let's say parse int, that we will always make sure that it's an int, and we'll say this dot route dot. Now we can see so this is a router, not route, sorry. We'll import the router, and then we have got the router, and let's call it router here, and router dot snapshot is not coming, so let's try this again. This dot router dot snapshot is not coming. Let's check why. um, all right, my bad, I'm extremely sorry. That's because we have to get the activated route. Now you can see we'll get the snapshot, right? So that was my mistake in terms of what we got it. So we will use a get method, and we are saying the value that we will get is ID. Okay, so once you have the ID, so this will be for this, or we will put empty. Okay, so that's should get you the ID of uh, basically the one that we need, which is our credit card ID, right? So let's define that also here. Credit card ID is number, and will not define anything. Okay, so here we are going to say this dot credit card ID is equal to, so we got the ID from the route. Now we can move this safely here, and here we'll just pass this dot credit card ID. So now this has become dynamic. Let's go ahead and test it. So if you go ahead, refresh, now this is 1, so it's getting you the Chase Bank, which is correct. The second one should show the SBI Bank, which is correct, and same way for third, and so on. So now our view by ID is dynamic. Earlier it was static, which was number 3. So now we are getting the ID from the route param. Alright, so we can use the same code for delete. Okay, so in the delete, again, if you see, there are multiple ways of how you can do the delete. One is that we can write a method that it will delete and show a message right here. That's one way. The other way is to actually send it to a URL, right? Like I click on it, it goes to delete URL, which we can do easily. So I'll show you both variations. For the starters, I'm going to use a simple one, and I'm going to show you how to do with a separate page, and then we will go ahead into details. Okay, so here I'm going to say credit card ID is a number, and here again we will say this dot credit card ID is equal to this parse int this dot router dot snapshot dot param map dot get, and same thing, what is, which is the ID. So you're getting the ID, or if not, return the, and you get the credit card ID from the URL. Then you are going to need, so the service, so let's import that here. Import credit card service, right, and inject it into the constructor and say private. Okay, creating an instance of the service. Once you have this, delete functionality, and you can say this dot credit card service dot delete credit card by ID. Now you can see it is expecting a number, so you can pass it this dot credit card ID dot subscribe. You'll get data. Alright, and you can do a console log. For now, deleted the credit card. Okay, that's one. Or you can also set some value to true or false, um, or you can redirect, right, or you can show a mat snack bar. There are various options of how you can do that. So you can say credit card deleted, right. I'm throwing an error alert, but you can ideally throw in a mat tool, mat snack bar, or any alert that you want to do. So let's say I load this record Bank of Korea, and I'm deleting. It says credit card deleted. Okay, now what you can do is, once this is done, you can then say router, right, route, and okay, and you can then say this dot router dot navigate, or oh, sorry, this dot route dot navigate back to slash credit cards, and here you can just put that value. Okay, so here all I'm telling is, once the card is deleted, send it back to the page. So now you see number 6 is deleted. I'm deleting number 7, which is Royal Bank of London. So I delete, I get this message, I click OK, and it brings me back to credit cards. So this is one approach. Okay, now like I said, there can be multiple different ways of how you can handle it. So you can probably throw in a mat snack bar and show that message here, right here itself. Probably will do that in different components, but that's just an option and a good experience. This is one way where we are doing, where we delete and we are showing an alert, and we can send it back to credit cards. This is another way. Again, let's go ahead. These are not linked yet, so let's go ahead and link these sidebars also to fix the defects. Alright, so we have a sidebar component in the HTML, right? So you can just say credit cards, right? In the add, you will say add credit card. In the search, we'll call it slash search, advanced search, right? So refresh, and you would see the, so when you click on this, it comes back to credit card page. This will go to add new credit card. Let's check the routing once. So it's just add. right? So I'm going to say add credit cards, and it's inside the credit card routes, right? So it will be the same that we will update here. It will be credit cards slash add. Whatever path you have given in your routing, that's the one we would give. So if it's just add, it's fine, you can do that. Add credit card works, dashboard, now search and advanced search, right? Now our routing is complete, our view functionality is complete. Now I can click, we can format it a little better. So let's go ahead and change that and just make it strong and say credit card ID. And similarly, I'm just formatting a little bit so to make it look good. Description, again styling, I'll not spend much time because I want you to learn how it's done rather than waste time in small things. But however, we have to make our application look good, so that's what I'm doing right now. Recommended score and then active, active or not. So if you see here, little bit of better formatting. Again, you can throw in a mat table, make it more look good. Use your creativity there to use HTML, CSS the way you want. All right. Okay, so that completes our delete functionality, and we refactored the view code. All right. In the next episode, I'm going to start working on the forms. We will start with add new credit card. We will use both template driven forms as well as reactive forms. For add new credit card, I'll probably throw in a template driven form, and for update, I will use the reactive form. That way you will get to learn both of them together. Please do support me by liking my videos and tutorials. Thank you so much for your support all the way through. See you in the next episode. Thank you.